Hello guys. I know it's been a while. So it's been a minute since I've done a live. But I lost my dad last Tuesday. My dad died. He was ill. He'd been ill for a while, but he's still a bit of a shock. But yeah, so that's why I've just been a bit like, and we've been arranging the funeral and everything. So yeah, and it's weird because I had a really complicated relationship with my parents growing up. Hence, I was in care. But my experience of being in care doesn't seem to be like the norm. I was never, ever, ever nonce, never touched, and never touched inappropriately. But I think that was a lot to do with the fact that I was always in what they call voluntary care. My mum and dad never signed me over to the state. I was just really bad. Obviously, I had ADHD, wasn't diagnosed back in the day. But my experience of being in care was I had a really good time, and it's sad because I know for so many other children it wasn't like that, including my friends. I was in a home called Melanie Klein House, and I was there for 2.5 years, from when I was 14 to when I was 16. Well, when I was 13 and after when I was 16. And I was probably the ringleader of all the girls. I've always been a strong person, and yeah. So I was definitely one of the ringleaders who always was initiating problems. But you see, in Melanie Klein House and one that I was in before that called Cumberlow Lodge, they was called assessment centres, and they always had secure units attached to them. Yeah, in Cumberlow Lodge it was Byron, Bronte and Gothic, and in Melanie Clarn House it was Larch Beach, and the secure unit was, I can't even remember what the fuck that was called. So yeah, you always had different stages, but because I was in voluntary care, I could never get, if I got taken to secure unit, they had to phone my parents to notify them, and all the nonsense that went on in both homes was in the secure unit. And like, I wasn't like your normal type victim where it hadn't happened to me. It's never happened to me in childhood, never happened to me in care. If someone would have put their finger on me, I would have screamed bloody murder, number one. And that, like, it did, so my parents, yeah, I had a very complicated relationship with them. And then my family had a tragedy like 13 years ago, and it kind of threw us a curveball. But I started to get closer with them, and it was sad because I'd grown quite close to my dad again. And he was an amazing man. He always provided for his family, and he was of the older generation, but a very lovely man. Would never swear in front of a female. He was basically like of old school, and I'm glad I got a chance to reconnect with him. But yeah, he was 83, so he had a good innings. And yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you all. I weren't planning to do a little mini doc or whatever on me, but no, it's just, and then at the age of 16, I got thrown out the home. And because I was 16, the social services weren't going to do anything for me, and that's how I ended up on the streets of Soho. And you used to have to queue up at St Anne's Court, and you had to go to a place, because St Anne's Court, the entrance is in Shaftesbury Avenue, and then just across the road was a place where you had to go and register, and you had to register before 8 o'clock, and then you had to queue up to be let in, and that was like basically the start of everything. That's when I started clipping, and it's and a lot of people think like my life must be no, it wasn't. My life, I had a wicked time. I had a best time, because number one, when you're in care, you get a pass to do anything, right? If you go and smash something up, it's because you're in care, like, and the councils don't like bringing prosecutions against their people that are in their care. So really, you get a license to do what you want, and I was very wayward. Not gonna lie, very wayward. But yeah, but I also had my parents. So I was never fully abandoned to the care system, even though I ended up in the assessment centres and that. That was my own doing. But like I said, I had a lot of fun. I had a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, and then going to Soho was like it was so different back in the day. It was like it was community, it was family. Everyone knew everyone. It was I don't know if anyone reads the Martina Cole books and that, but how she describes Soho is the old Soho. It was like the streets were paved with gold as well. I'm not gonna lie. The money was flying about like no one's business. It was just a mad time. But to be quite honest with you, I really wouldn't change a lot. I don't even know if I would change a thing, really, because if I change one thing, then that changes everything. So yeah, I mean, one of my biggest regrets is not travelling. Not gonna lie, that's one of my biggest regrets is not travelling. But I'm just prattling on about myself. But also as well, if anyone's got any decent questions, not no fucking stupidness, right? Text me because I need to start because I kind of lost heart in this. Yeah, obviously there's reasons, but I did kind of lose a bit of heart. But I've been doing it for a while now, and I thought to myself, no, like you got to get back up on the horse, as they say. I don't know who says that, but thing. But another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, Prince Charles. Wow, got prostate cancer. I haven't even seen the news reports, but everyone's telling me. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know. Has any other royal ever had cancer? I'm not sure because I've never really heard of a royal dying of cancer. To be quite honest with you, I mean, is it just a ploy to make him like, oh, he's human just like everybody else, or is it real? And if it's real, then fucking, it sounds horrible, but hurry up and die, man. No one ain't gonna miss you. No one's not gonna miss you. Oh, Camilla, the old trollop might, but that's about it. No one ain't gonna miss you. Yeah. So the quicker you go, the better. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. Not saying that William's going to be that much better, but I don't know. I mean, for me, I think the royal family, they need to, it's just a stupid tradition. Yeah, they have no worth anymore. And anyone who says they bring in tourism, right? The Palace of Versailles in France has not had a royal family in it since the early 19th century. Yeah, don't get people stop going now because the royal family don't live there anymore. Yeah, and the same thing will happen over here. Who goes Buckingham Palace and sees them anyway? To be honest with you. So I don't understand about all that. Oh, they bring in tourism. Fuck off, do they? They bring nothing to the table. Yeah? They're the takers. Take. They don't bring jack shit to the table. Yeah? Jack shit. Yeah? It's just that, the Prince's Trust can still run without Prince Charles being it said. I bet he don't have nothing to do with the day-to-day running of that. Yeah, that's just all spin doctor around him, making him look like, oh, lovely Charles. It's just ridiculous. No one buys it anymore, I don't think. No one's buying into it anymore. Maybe like the older generation, yeah, but they're dying out. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. But for me, I think this needs to be like the last generation of them. Because they're just a joke. They do nothing but drain on the fucking purse strings of the taxpayer. Not that I've paid tax, but, it's, yeah, nah. And the coronation, that in itself was just a joke. We're in the middle of cost of living and he's driving around an 18-carat gold fucking coach. Yeah, it's, come on, man. And the ceremony dates back to probably 1066 when... William the Conqueror, yeah. It's and sometimes things have to run their course, and I think the royal family, here in the Netherlands, because the Netherlands ones are just as bad as our fucking ones, without a doubt. Yeah, they're right up there with the human hunting. You know, and they're another. And his wife, I think it's the king of king of the Netherlands. His wife is that famous dictator. What are they called? Who's running Argentina? Orieva or something like that. Anyway. But they are evil motherfuckers, man. Evil, evil, evil motherfuckers. They're not the top of the food chain, not by far, you know. So hopefully we're, yeah. What else was people telling me? Because I don't even watch the news, and that's no word of a lie. I really do not watch the news. But about people are going to get drafted into the army so that we can go and fight Russia. Well, that's not a very good idea in itself, number one. And here's the joke. We have so many illegal immigrants here, yeah? Like, do you think that they're going to be able to draft Englishmen, British citizens, into the army? They're going to send them off to fight and leave all the illegal immigrants here? Is that what's going to happen? Because when I heard that they're going to draft, I thought it was a joke. But like, people are genuinely scared about getting. But just think of it like that. I mean, are young gentlemen going to be drafted off because 41? I think you like 41's the cut-off age, right? So all our young men are going to be going to fight Russia, yeah, in a war that does not have nothing to do with us. Does not concern us whatsoever. So we're going to be sending all our young men to go and fight this war. So what happens to all the illegal immigrants who are here? Has anyone given that any thought? Just, you know, just putting that out there. That's well, that's going to piss people off, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. We are going to go to war with Russia. Do you know what? I swear Putin, sooner or later, is going to say, like, we're taking the fucking piss, England. We're always jabbing at Russia. Always, always, always jabbing. Yeah? And you poke the bear long enough, and he's going to bite you. And we're just like this little thorn in his side. We're always, and it's just ridiculous. Because I don't think that there's a lot of English people. Yeah. In fact, I don't really know of any who's saying it's a good idea that we need to go to war with Russia. That is the worst idea in the history of worst ideas. Yeah. Yet we're right up the backsides of the fucking Americans again. Yeah. And it's just because there's enough shit going on in this country, right? That we need our military, we need our people back here to deal with shit that's going on here, right? The borders. Now, you know my feelings on immigration. It's a way for divide and conquer, but it's getting to a point where it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. And apparently, on Jeremy Vine, so I was told, that this morning they was talking about, like, everyone's calling for Nigel Farage to come back. Now, Nigel Farage, I'm not going to lie, back in the day, I used to watch his, you know, when he was in the European Union, yeah, and he used to do his speeches. I used to watch him, and for me, he's probably the politician that answers straight questions, I will say that. And the more you see him speak, the more you get to realise, no, he's not racist. It's about our borders. It's about the immigration crisis. Yeah, because it's happening here, and it's happening in America as well again. The border in Texas. It's nuts. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. But now everyone's crying for the wall. You know, when Trump wanted a war, it was, oh, he's right. And it's like, look, because all that's flooding over the American border in, with Texas, yeah, young men of fighting age. And it's like, I mean, I'm not really into American, but I've been seeing a bit of it lately, and it's ridiculous, yeah. And what they're saying that they want to do is turn them into voters. The Democrats want to turn them into voters, and that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me why they're just opening the borders. I mean, I don't know how easy. I don't even think it's. But there are migrants flooding across. And I don't know if you've seen, it's kicking off in France, it's kicking off in Germany. All the farmers, because, like I said, I watched that full cabal, yeah, and that Janet Awesome, I can't pronounce her second name. She was an absolute amazing researcher. Absolutely amazing. And the thing is as well, the truth's there, The truth's, as soon as you start to scratch beneath the surface, yeah, you start uncovering stuff. And it's not hard, because all this shit, it's all documented, everything's documented. And they try to bury it under like loads of shit. I've been watching a lot about Pizzagate again lately. But the connections to anyone that says that was debunked is an idiot. Yeah, and there's not a researcher out there that says that Pizzagate's, not as far as I know, says that Pizzagate's been debunked, because it hasn't. Yeah, and there are so many links like that. James Alefantis, fuck me, he's linked to everybody. Yeah, everybody. It's disgusting. That James Alefantis gets about, man. I can tell you that. But I'm not too sure what's that. But apparently John Podesta's been brought back into the limelight. He's been given I don't know. I think he's been given a place somewhere. And what is it about their dead kid art? Yeah, makes you think, oh yeah, I want to hire someone like that. I mean, John Podesta, he's got a picture of cannibalism in but his fucking brother, Tony Podesta, my God, the dead kid art in that man's ass is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it is vile. It is so vile. But these people are so powerful. Yeah, so powerful. You telling me Ghislaine Maxwell and that ain't got shit on John Podesta and Tony Podesta? Oh, come on, man. Like it's just a joke. It's just a joke. But what else was I planning to talk about? Because what it is if I'm talking with someone, I'm fine. But I find it really weird talking into a computer. Yeah, that's what I find like a bit weird. Let me look at my comments anyway. But right. Let's see if I'm going live anyway. I ain't even checked yet. I swear to God, I have not even checked. Oh yeah. I swear to God, I have not even checked. Oh, hang on, this bit. Right. Yeah, yeah. No, they don't get to meet the royal family, and that's my whole point. What's the fucking point of them? What are we doing? Bowing down, singing song, oh, reign over us. Fuck that. Yeah, but we don't, like, it's people over here just don't seem to be reacting. People in Europe, like, the farmers especially, because I don't know if you knew this, but Bill Gates is the biggest owner of farmland in America. Swear to God, that's fact. You just Google that shit. And oh my God, this full cabal thing that I've just watched, and you can watch it, and it was episodes 1 to 28. So it took me a few days to watch it. But yeah, they've killed her. It's just like, for fuck's sake, yeah. It's because all the really good researchers seem to be getting fucking suicided off. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm nowhere near any of their skills, so I'm not really bothered about, but like me. But these people, like, it's just, and basically, I think it was 3 weeks before she said she's not suicidal. Yeah, but when people say that, I always think to myself, do they know that they're going to get offed or something? Yeah, because Isaac Cappy, he said that before he was suicided. I'm not suicidal, and yet 2 weeks later, he's fucking found dead on the highway where he jumped from a bridge and got hit by a truck. Yeah, well, if you see the size of the bridge the guy jumped from, you're not going to die if you jump from that bridge, right? Number one. And number two, like, it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But Satanism, that's another thing I was going to talk about. Like, even like 20 years ago, right, these people, it was being held down, yeah, this Satanism shit, right? They're not holding jack shit down, yeah? Now it's being flaunted, and the LBGT is now LBGT AIQ plus, something like that. What the fuck is the LBGT? That's that's enough for me. But to me, there only should be one rights, and that's human rights. Because human rights, but no, we've got gay rights, black rights. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the Black Lives Matter, I mean, they're funded by George Soros, right? Who also funds NAMBLA. Yeah, and it's not, he doesn't hide it, it's on his fucking tax things that he has to file. Yeah, he donated 36 million to NAMBLA. Like, why the fuck is a Hungarian Jew funding, like, a paedophile organisation? Because that's what they are. After 8, it's too late. That's their fucking motto. Oh, well, that's nothing to worry about, is it? Yeah, just, no problem. Nothing to see here. Yeah, and like, I've been watching that, like, I've been going over Matthew Buddha's stuff and memory hold, and it makes me angry, because it's like so many people are blind to this. Like, they even think weather manipulation's a bit too far. And it's like, oh my God. Like, if you say cloning, people look at you like you're crazy. Do you think they stopped at Dolly the sheep? They cloned Dolly the sheep in the 70s or early 80s. I can't remember what it was. Right? What, you think they stopped there, yeah? You actually think they stopped when we eat cloned meat? Yeah, we eat cloned meat. We don't know it's cloned, but it's cloned. Yeah. But, like, it's, I don't know if you remember that fucking sick shit that Greg Wallace done on that British meat. I can't even remember what it was. It was revolting. It was absolutely revolting. They grew this, like, and then they were carving bits off of people. People were, oh my God, it was mad. It was mad. But knowing what I know now, yeah, it's, and they were saying, oh, people could donate a rump, like, help with cost of living and all that. It was terrible. It was really bad, really, really bad. It was that fucking freak from MasterChef. Is it that Greg Wallace guy, that arsehole? It's because he's definitely in, and anyone that to me is involved with that. Why are you going to go along with that? Saying that the best meat was the best meat happened to be the baby meat, by the way. Just this world is like it's like one big fucking cesspit, man. It is like one big cesspit. I had something in my head just a minute ago that I was going to talk about, and now it's gone. Really annoys me, that does. I don't know if it happens to everyone else. No, I haven't got my Facebook account sorted out. Both of them have, I'm locked out of them. It's nuts, and I've tried every which way, and I don't even know how to go about it. But you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised it took them so long to do it, because my Facebook was good for like about 3 years worth of like stuff. No, I don't even know when I started in this stuff. You know, I don't even know. Everything's like a bit of a blur. But yeah, I watched his Arts and Embassies one again the other day, and it's crazy to me that no, and as far as I know, I am the only person who is talking about the Arts and Embassies program, and it is blatantly that Masterpiece Shipping. They boast about keeping your cargo away from prying eyes. They deal with it every step of the way, like. And they're legally trafficking kids, right? And this is my it's a bit of an educated guess, I'd say. It could be as an educated guess, because where's my bloody weed gone now? I believe, because in Soho, for all them years, in Soho, I always used to hear about an auction, right? And it wasn't just like from one person. It was like it was from all different sources. So they, to be quite honest with you, I think they were definitely telling the truth. What was that? Oh, right. My friend Lenore, she's watching. Hi, Lenore, you right? What was I just saying then? I'm trying to find my weeds, and my weed's here somewhere. But where I'm looking for it, and I'm stressing now because I can't see it. And it's definitely got to be here somewhere. Oh, look at me now, I'm spending half my fucking podcast looking for me weed that I can't find. Oh, I have to do this one. Oh, here it is, got it. Panic's over. But yeah, what was that? I can't even remember what I was just saying, but no, the Satanism now, it's like they're just open. Like you've just got to watch one music video. Right, and every music video that's come out now, it's so satanic, yeah. And it's like in their films, and they're not hiding stuff from you no more. They don't give a fuck, yeah. This transgender shit, it's ridiculous, yeah. And it's not that I'm not homophobic, and to be quite honest with you, I'm not transgender thick, whatever that is. Like, come on, I grew up in Soho. Yeah, I knew quite a lot of trannies, because Madame Jojo's was in the middle of Soho, yeah, you know, there was a couple of girls out there, Debbie Art, tranny Debbie, she'd had a full sex change, and to be quite honest with you, right, there was no way you could tell that was and like, I had no problem with them whatsoever, no problem at all, yeah? But when it's being pushed on children, and gender fluidity is now in the curriculum, trying to teach 5-year-olds and shit like that to masturbate, you're going too far. You're going too fucking far, yeah? Children, like... And there's a book, it's all about you. I don't know if it's been rolled out over here yet, but it's been rolled out in America. And it's sex education for 5 to 8-year-olds. What the fuck are you teaching 5 to 8-year-olds about sex for? Yeah. What? They don't even think about sex. Yeah. But this book is aimed at 5 to 8-year-olds. Like I said, it's been rolled out in America. I'm not even sure if it's been rolled out here. But, what they're pushing on our kids is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And the kids are being, like, encouraged to masturbate, touch their own bodies and shit. But when on that Fulker Bell, like she says, they're trying to create the next, like, it's Planned Parenthood. It's Planned Parenthood that's behind a lot of this, by the way. Planned Parenthood, oh my God, they are nothing but a satanic, disgusting organisation. Yeah, and Trump, I do know that Trump stopped the government funding for 4 years. Joe Biden give it back to them, but Planned Parenthood are like at the head of the depopulation. Yeah, that Margaret Sanger, who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, was of the opinion that the lower classes should not be, they should have to apply to have a child, because the this is the founder of Planned Parenthood. And then you got Hillary Clinton saying, "Oh yeah, my idol was Margaret Sanger." Okay, great. Yeah, it's just a joke. I don't know why John Podesta's back in the news, but I definitely heard his name the other day, and it's like, whoa, who's hired that motherfucker? Yeah, because come on, man. If you're living in this world, you've got to know about John Podesta. But that's why they've done such a good job with Pizzagate, because they did not want people knowing about John and Tony Podesta and their disgusting tastes. Yeah, I mean, that Tony Podesta, he's got so much dead kid art in his house. I mean, there's all pictures of adolescent children, naked children. It's just vile. And the fact, like Memory Al says, the fact that one person is collecting all this art, yeah. And I don't think like unless you're looking into Pizzagate, you know, all you've got to do is look at this art and you know that this man is sick. Yeah, and if it's not dead children, it's children in various stages of torture, sodomised arse, red, and always the red shoes, always the red fucking shoes. It's vile. It's disgusting. Yeah, and I mean, let's face it. Look at that. I mean, the Ukraine thing. I stopped even looking at that when I found out that President Zelensky, yeah, had asked Marina Abramovich, right, to re-educate the children of fucking Ukraine. This woman is a performance artist. That's the political term for her. Political art, performance artist. And even just a performance art is sick. Yeah. What is it about her fucking fascination with dead kids? Yeah, cadaver cakes. This is in public. She does that like it. What the fuck? This world is going crazy. This world is going fucking mental. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with the Israeli and the fucking Palestinian war. I'm surprised we're not up in that. I suppose we are somewhere along the line. But, you know, sooner or later, we're going to get on someone's fucking nerves. You know, one of these big countries, because we're always like there with America. To be quite honest, like, what the fuck? How are we going to war with Russia? Yeah, how could they even think about going to war with Russia? Do you know how big Russia is and what technology they've got? They've got a lot of Tesla technology. Yeah, they've got a load of Tesla technology. He sold it to them. Before that, and all that about, oh, we married a pigeon. No, he was using pigeons as couriers, and they was passing messages via Russia and Tesla. So they've got fucking bare technology, you know, bare. Yeah, and and we want to go pushing ourselves up against that. Fuck, it's stupid. And I swear to God, every person that I've spoken to thinks it's a bad idea if we go to war with Russia. And I think I speak for a lot of the country. War is not what we need right about now. Yeah, it's not, whatever it is, it ain't fucking war. Because with war as well, they get endless supply of orphans, right? You got to remember that as well. War supplies them with an endless supply of orphans. And, for them, a war's a win-win situation. For us, it ain't. Yeah, because sooner or later something's going to happen to us. I swear to God. It's like, because like I said, we're always fucking pushing our shit up in places that do not concern us. Yeah, what the fuck have we got to do with Ukraine and Russia? Yeah, it's none of our fucking business, man. None of our business at all. Right, let me look at me chat again. Yeah, they do say and do what they want, really, yeah. Yeah, red shoes, human leather. And there are so many pictures of all these fucking rich people in red shoes, even the Vatican people and all that. Well, it's like they've got a thing about red shoes. And red shoes is human leather, basically. Not obviously not every red shoe. I'm not saying that, but the red shoes that these people wear are, yeah, you can tell they're human leather. And apparently, I've been told, obviously I don't know, but I was told that human leather's one of the best leathers that you can get. As if these people didn't need fucking reasoning. It's so bad, so bad. Like I upset one of my friends the other day when obviously I don't think, and I was down there and someone said, "What do you think happened to Maddie?" And I said, "I think they ate her." And like my friend got kind of upset about that, and she was like, I said, "Well, I'm not going to lie. I believe that when they killed Maddie, they hid her body in the wardrobe where the dogs indicated. Yeah, I don't know what they done with her in the time that in the 3 weeks after, but the dogs indicated that there had been a dead body in that hired car that they didn't hire till after Maddie went. Yeah, but it's the person who like invited them for dinner was Clement Floyd. Now, Clement Floyd wasn't actually on the island when Maddie went missing, but there was talk of the Podesta brothers being on the island. Now, when the dogs indicated that there had been a dead body in that car, in that hired car that they hired after Maddie had gone, yeah, they said it was rotten meat. It was rotten meat and baby's nappies, yeah, that the dogs could smell. Now, sniffer dogs do not make mistakes like that. So, I tend to go. Now, they was driving to Clement Floyd because Clement Floyd had invited them for dinner. That's in Kate McCann's book. Yeah. Now, the only reason that Maddie could have been in that car when she was dead was when they drove to Clement Freud's house to have dinner. I mean, they are so sure that that body will never be found, and that's why I mean, it's just a theory. It is just a theory, but it's a theory that is based on a lot of research, a lot of research, and knowing these people for what they are. I mean, you're talking about like doctors and that, right? They're sick, yeah, and they're cannibals. So, yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, that's one. That's it could be. I mean, I can't say whether they did or whether they didn't, but I think there's a strong possibility that they could. I mean, let's face it. There's a lot of possibilities where Maddie McCann. Personally, I don't believe that she's still alive. I don't believe that she's still alive. I believe that she was left in the apartment for whoever it was to abuse her, and sometimes these people get out of control. Yeah, when they're abusing a child, but sometimes things get well out of hand when it's a monarch mkultra kind of shit, right? Things get out of hand. I don't believe that she was killed deliberately. But they must have been doing stuff to her that could get, which obviously I do believe that she was killed. And I believe that she was in that car that they drove to Clement Freud's that night. Now, what would she be doing in the car? Like, it was about 3 weeks after she died, so she must have been on ice somewhere. And the parents, they were given the key to the fucking Catholic Church, a key to the Catholic Church. So it's yeah. But the further you go into it, the one thing you do know, 100%, they are involved. They are involved. Yeah, I mean, even her book, that Kate McCann, her book, Maddie, yeah, right, in it, because obviously people have picked out passages, and a passage says, and it's mad, I remember it, it's imprinted in my brain. I can't tell Jerry about the awful nightmares I have of Maddie and her perfect little genitals being ripped apart. That's in her book. Right? You're trying to tell people that your fucking daughter's alive and she must still be out there, and you want people to keep giving money, but yet you're putting that in your fucking book. And I tell you who helped write it, J.K. Rowling, fucking bitch. Like, I used to like J.K. Rowling, and Harry Potter, no matter what its implication, it's a brilliant piece of writing. It's fantastic. The books are amazing. But after I read that she co-wrote fucking that Maddie, yeah, it's like, how can you, like and that Kate McCann as well. She was voted Mother of the Year one of the years as well. It's like, who voted her that? Because I'm not gonna lie, she left 3 children unattended in an apartment to go out drinking. Yeah. Oh mate, they'd have your kid off you so fucking fast. Yeah. But no, not them. They'd fuck off. Yeah, it's just all ridiculous. Oh, they're doctors. They'd never do something like that. Fuck you. Yeah? Because that David Payne as well, there was a David Payne. Where else we heard a famous paedophile? Oh, Sarah Payne. It might be a step too far, but these people, they're all in the same fucking circles, man. All in the same circles. Yeah, all doctors, all untouchable. Yeah, because if that would have been just a normal person, their kids would have been taken off of them so fucking fast. You leave your 3 children unattended in an apartment to go drinking. And also, as well, right, like, they said their apartment was really near. No, it fucking wasn't, because in her book, right, Kate said that she was screaming and they couldn't hear her, right? So if she's screaming and they couldn't hear her, the apartment ain't that close that you could hear your children crying, yeah? Kate's screaming and no one's hearing her, right? You know, and it's so full of contradictions, my God. It is so full of contradictions. So full of it. But I don't even know why I brought that back up again. But it's mad. But yeah, that's my... Of all the theories that I've heard, that's the one that I'm going to go with, because dogs do not mistake rotten meat and nappies for a dead body, right? Sniffer dogs know their shit. And these sniffer dogs, Keeler and... what's his name? But they were our top sniffer dogs. Yeah. And funnily enough, they'd done over 2,022 cases. Yeah. In 2,020 cases, yeah, their evidence had been accepted, verified, right? But there was 2 cases where it wasn't, and this was the Maddie McCann case. Do you know what the other one was? The Hort de la Garenne. Yeah, where they were finding children's babies. Yeah, it's mad. But those are the only 2 cases where their evidence has been discounted. You know, it's because that Hort de la Garenne, of course they were fucking guilty. Why the hell would Jersey, which is millionaire's paradise, come on, let's face it, yeah, have a massive children's home on there? Like, what would be the benefit to Jersey to have a massive children's home? Yeah, you know, it's obviously not all the inhabitants of Jersey, but it's like, why else would they allow a children's home that takes children from inner London, inner cities, like Lambeth, like Southwark, all of them boroughs, yeah? Why would they then want them on the Isle of Jersey? It's common sense. Yeah, it's absolute common sense. And I'll tell you what, if none of my viewers have like, what was I just about to say? Oh yeah, if none of my viewers don't know about the Hort de la Garenne, like, Google it. There's a lot of information out there about it, and the dogs were finding like human bones, human remains. It was ridiculous, and then they tried to say it was coconut fibre. And I mean, it was a torture house. That's what that Hort de la Garenne was. It was a torture house. Yeah, they found shackles down in the basement, but no, it was coconut fibre. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, but they get away with it time and time again. I mean, we've had a Westminster paedophile ring for how fucking long. Everybody knows about the Westminster paedophile ring, but the Westminster paedophile ring is still cracking on. Yeah, it's still going. No MPs have ever been held accountable. Yeah, it's just, and it's like, how much longer is it? Because right about now, there's an assault on our kids. There's an assault on our children, and the thing is it's like, it's warping their minds. Yeah. Like, they're teaching them about gender and like, it's crazy. It's crazy shit. Yeah, absolute crazy shit. But we live in a fucking crazy world, I suppose. Let me do it. Oh, the Home Alone kid, Macaulay Culkin, we was talking about him earlier on. He's fucked. Yeah, if you see him, he's just like an absolute mess. But he's got a band, and his band's called the Pizza Underground. And when they perform with like these pizza masks. So they're slices of pizza. standing there playing the guitar, whatever. Like it's mad. I heard that he gave an interview to it was a magazine or a radio station in which he talks about Steven Spielberg making a pair of red shoes out of Heather O'Rourke from the Poltergeist, the sweet little girl. But she was found, she had a foreign object in her bowel. That's why she died. Yeah. Yeah, no, Richard Deal did do some amazing work. He done some amazing videos. It's I don't know who Brianna Gay is. No idea who that is. But when I say I don't even watch the news, I really don't. It's just like, and Brian taught me a lot about the media, and knowing how far that they're prepared to go to protect a prince, Andrew, like with that Andrew Ash bullshit, it is like, so I take what the media have got to say with a pinch of salt. I'm not interested in it. All they're chatting is bullshit. That's it. Bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. So, yeah. But anyway, I've been going on a bit much as usual. But yeah, let me just have a look, see if there's any. I was talking about biblical times, like you want to go and listen to Uranon, and it's called the Andaluvian Nightmares, and oh mate, Uranon, he's brilliant. He done What on Earth Happened. They're up on my YouTube channel, I think. Yeah, the Jersey Children Home, it is, but that's all people have got to ask themselves. Like, why would Jersey, and they had a massive mental asylum there as well. Like, this is millionaire's paradise. Why the fuck would they want a children's home that sends children from inner London? Yeah, why do they want them on their doorstep? And I mean, it's just mad. But yeah, the guy who was finding all this shit and was doing the investigation, I can't remember what his name was. I can't even remember now what his name was. And then he got sacked. It's like same old story again. It's same with the Mark Dutroux case. The investigating officer that was really investigating it and getting places got sacked for something like bias. Say it's stupid. And that's why 350,000 people turned out in Belgium for the White March. And they weren't having it. It was because it was corruption at the highest level. But there's been so many bit like the Franklin cover up. That if people like want to look at that is sick. Yeah, that is the way they got away with that. That Larry King, not the talk show host, the black guy's Republican. Oh my God, he got away with. Oh, it was just. But what they done to the witnesses and all that, like they put the girls in, and it's like same story after same. But the thing is these big stories, like all the victims, they're all saying the same. Because a lot of these satanic as well, the satanic rituals, right? People like these rituals go back to fucking Sumerian times. Yeah, the thingy of Moloch and all that bullshit. Well, no, it's not. But do you know what? I shouldn't say that. No, it's because there's got to be something in it that gives you power, because it seems to be all these elites. Yeah, so I'm sure that there's something, right? The human, child sacrifice, the adrenal, it does something, but obviously selling your soul gives you power. Yeah, that much is evident, because I mean, I know there are some degenerate lower, but this is an elite pastime, to say the least. Yeah, so there must be some sort of power in it, but I can't. No, man, no, no. But like, it is a total elitist. All I want to do is disconnect from my MacBook Pro in it, because it keeps going off me YouTube. Oh, definitely Satan is real. Like, definitely. You just got to watch fucking like, you just got to look at the Vatican and that, like, that for me, I think probably, I mean, where religion's concerned, I think it's all a load of, it's just for mind control. But the Catholic religion's got to be the worst. The Catholic religion is openly demonic. I mean, I know Muslims and I know the Quran thing is paedophilia, I'm not saying, but the Catholic religion seems to be the worst. Because the bottom line is they say that, like, as long as you go to confession and confess your sins, so you can murder someone, go to confession and it's all cool. And plus the fact now, when you say Catholic priest, straight away everyone thinks nonce. It's and that back in the day was too much for people to handle, but then it all come out, and it's Catholic. But I'm not gonna lie, and I've looked at loads of religions. Yeah, I don't understand how people buy into it. Right, and people say to me, "Don't you believe in God?" I believe in a creator. There has to be a creator. We're not. There has to be a creator. I don't know whether he's God or not. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do believe in the creator, and I do believe in the higher power. So that's because the bottom line is like, people who don't believe in aliens believe in God, and it's like, well, what the fuck is God then? Because surely God's an alien. Like, he's not from this earth, and anything not from this earth is called an alien, as far as I was aware. But there's definitely a higher power and karma. If I believe in anything, I believe in karma as well. You reap what you sow, and that is kind of true, really. But yeah, I might as well talk for another minute and a half, and then I've been on for an hour. But I didn't even think I was going to have an hour's worth of chat. But it's done me good just to get things out and that. And I thought, well, to be quite honest with you, I'm gonna leave it there anyway. But as always, thank you for listening, and I shall speak to you soon.